going on, everybody? Welcome back to Bone Apple Tea. And today we sit down with lilnami and we talk everything from his music, how he makes it, sort of the change that he went through during COVID times. We talk a little bit about World War III. What? And then we talk about anything from live concerts to our top musicians that we like or artists that we like. It was a really fun time and a great discussion. Hope you enjoy. Did you ever use any of that stuff? Like the multi-track recorders, or have you just started always on computers?
I started on computers.
Oh, you
always.
lucky son of a bitch. It's infinitely better, dude. Like, for example, the multi-track recorder that I had would tell you a compression setting. Like, you couldn't like change it, or like an EQ setting would be like vocal EQ.
You would just have to go with it.
Yeah, and
right.
like whatever it did was just like what it was, and it always like was like I don't think I know what's going on, but and then once I got to computers, man, the whole world just like opens up because you're like, holy shit, like it's crazy how powerful it is.
Exactly.
Now, do you end up like recording your own stuff, or do you go somewhere else for your stuff?
Mainly I record in my own space. Like
Really?
in my own house and everything, yeah.
Oh, that's awesome. And how long have you been like recording yourself for? Like, did you start out recording yourself?
Well, I started out recording myself when I first started on a Guitar Hero mic and stuff like that. But
Oh shit,
No
really?
way.
yeah. But then I got into going to the studio and stuff. But
Right.
then a time came where I was trying to budget, and I
Mhm.
just figured paying for all the stuff and just having it on hand is cheaper than, say, paying $60 an hour for 5
Right.
hours every other day.
Right.
Yeah,
Right.
especially if you're
You
trying
know?
to put out a lot of music.
Yeah.
And like, because then like you got to come in with a bunch of shit already, right? You can't like
Exactly.
actively work on it as you're doing it.
Exactly.
Yeah. Yeah. And I mean, the thing is, too, is it's like, I'm sure there was a bit of a learning curve, right? Because you're like, I'll just do it myself, but like, I'm sure, I mean, what was that like for you?
First time I started, I bought FL Studios and opened it up, had a Rode NT1 mic, didn't even know what to do.
Yeah.
I
dude.
literally shut the computer and just kept going to the studio for probably another 4 or 5 months.
Wow.
And then COVID hit, and it was like, we're on lockdown. I
So
was
it's
stuck
like-
inside to learn it.
yeah.
It was either you learn it or you wait.
Yeah.
You
So
know?
do you prefer to like, do you like to make your own beat, or do you like to source your beat elsewhere and then lay the vocals on it?
It really varies because I'm not into like making beats. I want to start,
Yeah,
but
it's tough.
yeah, it's really hard.
tough. It's
Like,
an
I-
art form, man.
Yeah,
That's why it's
it
like,
takes time.
yeah. And that's why there's like literally people like, that's all they do. That's
Yeah.
like their stream of income. Like that's everything that they do.
Because it takes such a long time to learn it.
Yeah.
To where it's like you might as well hang on to it until you mastered it to then say if you want to be a vocalist, then you try that.
Yeah.
You
Well,
know?
it's good. Like, you kind of dip your toes in by doing the vocals and stuff. Because, dude, I mean, I remember when I was in high school, at least, like messing around in FL Studio, and I was like, what the fuck is this? You know
And
what I
imagine
mean?
I had FL Studio senior year and just never used it probably
Yeah.
until I turned like 20. And I'm
Dude,
23 now.
it's
Oh,
like
okay, yeah.
intimidating, like I just remember looking at it, I was like, this is a lot,
I tried recording and it just wasn't working out. So that's when I just closed the computer.
Yeah,
I was like, it's
exactly.
whatever.
You're like,
Yeah,
yeah, well,
all right,
what the
I'm
fuck
out.
I'll
is
just have
going
to
on?
spend the money for now.
Yeah, well, dude, I think FL in particular has like, at least for me, I'm a Cubase user, so you
Yeah.
can see it going back there. But I always found Cubase to be very like, okay, here's my window where all my audio tracks are. If I click on the track, it opens up the part where it literally labels like inserts, sends and all that kind of stuff, buses. And so I always found it easy to like find everything and put effects onto tracks and stuff.
Yeah,
When I'm in FL, I'm like, where is everything?
I feel you. I
You know?
literally, once I started and got the hang of it, I just made a preset and I just stick with that because it's literally made for me. I made it for me
Right.
from when I first started.
Yeah.
So if I want to mess around with my voice or anything, I'll just mess around with my own preset,
Oh, there you go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I'm still learning it to this day.
Yeah.
I do not know a lot. I'll tell you that. I'm just getting by to where it's like my music hits that quality that I want it to hit
Right.
and stuff like that.
So
You know?
do you throw, I know like you use a little bit of auto tune on your vocals. So
Yeah.
Do you throw that on yourself, or do you go out and,
Yeah, I throw it on myself and I literally, while I'm talking into the mic, I hear how the auto tune sounds.
so
Okay,
you
cool.
do it more live, so you can be like, all right, well, this is set in stone.
Yeah.
Instead of having to
'Cause
try
I don't
and
wanna-
manipulate it afterwards.
Yeah, exactly. I
Okay.
don't want to record and then say one note is off.
yeah.
And then it's like, dang, I got to be comfortable with it. If not, I got to restart.
Yeah. Wow. Wow. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
kind of crazy because so I've like vocal production is like a huge thing. I've always done that too.
Yeah.
It's like I used to have people that would come in and just do vocals. They would do nothing else. It was just like vocal covers years after years. So that's all I did was like work in Melodyne. I don't know if you've ever heard of Melodyne.
I haven't.
So Melodyne is it's a really cool plugin, but it's all manual. So it's like you literally see the waveforms, and then you can just like move them and you can tighten things up. It's a little bit of a longer process, but it allows you to be really like nitty gritty with your choices. Are you using like standard, like, or not, I don't want to say standard, but like Auto-Tune Pro or whatever it is, or?
I'm using that Antair's Auto-Tune.
Yeah, Antair's Auto-Tune.
Yeah, that one.
Yeah, I think that one's like the gold standard of Auto-Tune right now.
With me, I haven't had any problems with it.
Yeah, well, it just works, and it is the sound that we all expect when we hear like that quote Auto-Tune sound. Yeah, that's really cool. Now, did you start out as like, kind of the style you have now? And I know you said you're not really like hip hop or like rap necessarily, but like, has it always been like, I don't even know what you really call it, because I would almost call it hip hop, but it's like,
I have no idea, man. I really do anything. I just don't really stick to that rap word, if you feel me.
Yeah.
Because sometimes I'll throw on a rock beat. Like I have probably 10, 15 rock songs, rock and pop. Because I'm really dipping and dabbling into everything. Anything music.
Yeah, no, that's a good way to be too, because it doesn't limit your creativity.
Exactly.
Yeah, like if it sounds good, it sounds good. And I feel like it's more fun that way, you know what I'm saying? Like if you're trying to do this for a while,
that's
it's
the
like,
goal.
Yeah.
You got to have fun doing it.
Yeah.
But I guess from the stuff I heard, I almost got like Lil TJ vibes on some of the
some of them, I would say. Yeah.
But, which is like, dope, because like I fuck with them too. But like the style, like the vocal style, I guess I should say.
Yeah.
I could see the comparison. The people that I look up to really right now in the music scene is like Ian Dior, 24K Golden, Lil Yachty, Young Thug.
Yep.
Yeah, word.
They
would
all
that
come
makes
up
a lot
on
of
like a mix, like a daily mix on those, like everyone you just named is like my daily mix 3 on Spotify.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Even Kanye, like that's one of my idols, just from how creative he is.
Have you seen the documentary?
Yes. I started it. I'm not sure if a second episode came out.
I think it came out yesterday.
Yeah, I haven't tapped into that one, but I will.
It's pretty good, dude. Yeah,
it has been blowing my mind because, and I'll admit this, is that for the longest time, I was the biggest Kanye hater as like a teen. For no reason, just because like I saw some interviews and I was like, he's saying stupid shit, like fuck that guy. And then like, obviously I got older and matured and was like, okay, but like the fact that he did all that on his own is crazy.
Like I can see where he's coming from now.
Yeah. You see kind of like where the arrogance is originating from, And then seeing this documentary, I was like, I just had no idea that the level at which he had barriers in front of him and had to really like go through stuff. And also his mom, it's so sad, like kind of seeing it, but like is the nicest person ever.
Yeah.
And like just a huge support system.
It's just crazy that 20 plus years ago, he was calling himself a genius and stuff like that. And
I mean, if he wasn't that aggressive, like
now.
He wouldn't be where he is, right? So like,
exactly.
And like, that's like part of the reason, because he was just so confident in himself.
In certain situations, you have to be a bit more aggressive, because just if you guys watched the first episode, he went into Rock Nation and played these songs that we know today that went crazy, and they weren't even paying it no mind.
And it's kind of funny to think of, because like
point.
I had a lot of like
literally
throwbacks.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I was just like thinking like, oh, these are like classics. You know what I'm saying? Like I used to like listen to these all the time.
Exactly.
And it's just, they're just like, who the fuck is this guy? I'm like, dude.
People coming in, interrupting, talking louder than the music's playing. It's like, imagine.
Yeah. And they don't even know that like what he's playing is about to be like a multi-platinum
the next
record.
Big thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that whole and Adam already knew this. This is how little I knew about Kanye, but I had no idea he got in that crazy accident and that song Through the Wire. I didn't even really know any of this stuff. And it's just wild to think that he funded that whole video off his own money and like pushed all that stuff himself. And I just had no idea,
It's literally fascinating. It's like, like you just can't believe it.
Yeah.
When you actually know all the details.
Yeah. And it's funny because like I saw some dumb statement on TikTok the other day, the greatest place for information, right? And it was and some guy was like, there's no such thing as self-made. It's a capitalist propaganda. I was like, oh. Yeah. The whole time he's talking, I'm like, ugh. But I think the more I'm looking at Kanye, I'm like, this guy's pretty self-made, man.
Exactly, he is.
You know, it's crazy.
He worked for it.
Yeah.
Literally all his life.
Yeah. Now, when it comes to how you approach like your music and stuff, you know, your lockdown happens, you're forced to write music. What was like stuff that was like going through your head, you know?
Man, a lot, because I never really had the time to go into the studio and just sit there and not even write, just say what's on my mind, literally, without being rushed. Yeah. So in lockdown, I was just saying everything. Just I probably made like over 200 songs.
That's
in lockdown. Yeah.
Wow.
Like since lockdown started, I probably dropped 20 songs just 2020. And then I probably dropped another 2021. And now I just dropped probably 7 or 8 now.
So you got like a backlog of like songs you're like, you know, so is this like songs like fully written, or it's like you pull it up and you're like, I'll change this and that, and then I'll send it out, or like recorded? Like,
I would say it's fully written. Yeah.
Damn, that's wild, dude. So you put it
where I'm sitting there and like, say if I'd write something down and I have a hook down, I'll just go off of that. Like just not waste no time. Just say what I have to say. Just right there.
And just let the song kind of like write itself as you're going through.
Because I'm not being rushed. I'm not paying anyone for their time.
Yeah.
So I could literally find myself, find my sound, and etc.
Yeah. And like, yeah, I mean, dude, that is a beautiful thing, is just having this like, and it's kind of funny because I almost wonder, had lockdown not happened and you were forced into the scenario, like maybe you wouldn't have thought to think, well, time to, you know, grab myself by the bootstraps and literally do this on my own.
Exactly. I probably would have went to the studio for another 6 months before I actually realized what I was missing out on.
Yeah.
You know,
just this raw ability to just create.
Exactly. On your time, to where you can do anything and not feel like, oh, I don't know if he's going to like it. Because at the end of the day, it doesn't matter.
Right.
I'm making the music for me. Yeah. And I know there's people out there that are going to like it, you know?
Yeah.
Because I do everything.
And it's like practice, you know, like you got all that time in, and now I'm sure you could write a song way faster than before. You know,
I'll probably sit down at my desk and do a song in like 25 minutes.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Well, dude, you have all those reps in the tank. It's really, I think a lot of skills are very similar to how you approach sports.
Exactly.
You know, like you don't just show up and you can just shoot a perfect 3. You know, there's all those days where it's practice and like fucking up and like, you know, all this stuff. And then it's very similar when it comes to art. You know, and people just like, they'll look at someone like yourself or someone who is like highly skilled in some sort of artistry avenue or entertainment avenue. And they're just like, oh, they just have it, you know? And I feel like it's so easy to just outside looking in, like, oh, they're just good. They just have the talent. I don't. And
it's not true.
Yeah. People, it's because, you know what it is because they hear the record, and that record is a result of like all those hours of time you put into making it. But what they didn't hear was all the hours of time
of you fucking up and stuff like that.
Yeah.
To where it's like, oh, again.
Oh, I messed up the rhythm. Oh, the pitch isn't right. Oh, I got, you know, wrong word or whatnot. When you're writing lyrics, like where do you kind of dig from? I know it's kind of like all over the place, but like where are your like go-to places when you start writing?
I would say, I just think about like past things that I've been through, or say like something my friends have been through and shit like that, or like family. And say, go off of how they must have felt. Because I try and do music that everyone can relate to. Right. I don't just try and stick to one thing. Right. Or make songs that are literally the same thing, just on a different beat.
Right.
You know?
Yeah, I've heard like, you know what's kind of interesting is like, I've been liking songs lately that are almost like so specific, but because it's so specific, it's like I'm listening to a story. Of like someone else, it might be someone else's life. Of course, there's nuggets of relation in there. Yeah, almost like a movie would be, right? Like a movie's about a very specific certain set of events, but I'm hooked through the whole thing because I want to see where it ends up. Yeah. And it's like, it's a beautiful thing when someone can do something like that yet make it relatable.
Exactly. Yeah. And that's what I aim to do. Just because you don't know who's listening to you. Yeah. 10-year-old could be listening to you.
Yeah. You know? He's got Fortnite on. He's bumping lilnami in the background.
Exactly.
I think I was going through your catalog here. I think one of my favorite songs was Nevermind.
That was a big one.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't even know how I promoted that or whatever, but it's still to this day my biggest song.
Yeah.
Swear to God, on all platforms. Probably 10 or 15K on Spotify. Over 5,000 on Apple Music, you know?
Yeah.
That is kind of nuts. I mean, so do you even like obviously like you push it on your page and stuff, like, but do you go out like somebody who's like wondering like, hey, how do I get my song out there? Like, what do you go through, or like, Was that kind of somebody picked it up and was like, throw it on a playlist or something?
I mean, I usually go through and send a couple, like say I'll message a couple of people, like say people who own pages or something like that, and just, hey, check it out if you don't mind. Or comment. You have to. You got to push yourself.
You got. I mean, you got to, dude. That's
you
just
can't
how it
comment
is, you know
nothing stupid like, "Oh man, am I the hottest?" No, none of that. Just
I was gonna say, do you because you see millions of comments sometimes in like unlike meme posts and stuff, and people are like, "Yo, check out my page, whatever."
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So like, but I'd imagine it works. Otherwise, people wouldn't do it. Sometimes it must pay off. So like, do you go through and do that, or you're like, hey,
on some pages, like say if you see a post pop up and it says who do you think is the top rapper in your city or something like that or in your area, then that's when I'll send it to my friends like, yo, tag me in this.
Tag me in this.
Because I got some supportive people around me right now, Yeah. Very grateful for the team I have.
Yeah, that's awesome, dude.
When
you say team, is there like, do you have like, is that like just like a way of like saying my friends, or do you have people that are like part of your core group that it's like, all right, like we're going to try and push
core
this?
group.
Okay.
Yeah. To where it's like, I have another artist, Young Bruv. He's from Connecticut too, but we push each other.
You guys have like
support
a group
goes
name?
a long way. Well, me and him, we're literally independent artists, but when we're together, it's Yak Boys.
Okay, I was gonna say,
nice.
That's awesome.
Now, have you guys done like any collab records?
Oh
or
yeah,
anything?
of course, a bunch.
That's awesome.
And the first time we actually spent some like real time together was in Puerto Rico. We took
really?
a trip. Yeah.
Wow.
And we were up till 5, 6 in the morning recording.
That's
really?
dope.
Yeah.
In Puerto Rico?
Yeah.
Did you like just bring your gear with you?
Yeah.
Wow.
We went crazy. Videos and everything. We were filming and everything.
Why not?
That's
It
awesome.
was pretty dope.
Well, wait, I actually didn't look it up. Dumb me of me, but like, did if I can get the words out, huh?
That's cool.
I feel you.
So, have you released music videos? I just haven't really looked into it.
Yeah, a couple. Not nothing like professionally, just because I'm waiting for the right time. But freestyles, yeah.
Okay,
of course.
freestyles.
A bunch of them are out.
What's holding you back from just being like, okay, I'm gonna choose this song to do a video for?
Stacking that bread, bro.
Yeah, it is.
You got to come correct.
Yeah, it's true. It's true.
You don't want people to just look at you like, I don't know if he has it. He didn't bring up money. Me, I'm gonna pop out and just say 1,200, 1,500. Let's do the video. Props, everything. We're gonna do it the right way.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I completely agree.
Because with how many artists are out, sorry to cut you off.
No. Keep going.
Just there's a bunch of people that are putting out like say 4K videos and they're not even like say on a level that you believe you're on.
Yeah. No, you definitely do see that. I saw this this one guy I know, he was like all hyping up this video and everything. And it really didn't look much better than like a GoPro video.
Yeah.
And I was thinking like, oh man, if you're gonna rent a Lambo and you're gonna do all these things and flex the money and like at least hire like a very competent cinematographer. I've also been seeing a lot of really cheesy transitions.
Yeah.
Like you see, like they're trying to be creative with it, but it looks like it's just like a drag and drop Final Cut Pro kind of like
something quick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, if you're gonna put a lot of time into the song and everything, right? Like you might as well.
Exactly.
Like,
you might as well, if you believe in yourself, you might. Every single song that I drop, I personally want to do a crazy video for.
Right.
So that's what I'm working towards now.
Yeah. Dude, I gotta hook you up with my boy Isaiah Providence. So Isaiah Providence, really solid cinematographer, wonderful person.
Yeah.
He shot my cousin's video. That was a ton of fun. We're actually both in it, oddly enough, as like actors in it. But it was a really fun video. Great cinematographer. I'll give you his info at the end of this because I think it'll give you something like, even if you're not trying to do it now, at least getting the conversation
just down
started.
the line, I'll have someone to go to.
Yeah, he is very good. I can show you some of his work too afterwards. And I think you're gonna be like, oh wow, because it's like real.
Yeah.
He comes correct, dude. One of the funniest things about him too is his dad, which is super cool that he has such a supportive family. But his dad always comes with him to these video shoots. And his dad's a chef.
That's pretty fire.
Yeah,
so
awesome.
when you do a video with him, there's food included.
That's
so like
dope.
his dad literally like I think
he fried us wings on that video.
Yeah, he fried us wings. Did he have lasagna too?
Yeah, he made something like
That's pretty fire.
Yeah, he had like lasagna. Dude, and it wasn't just the wings, the lasagna. He also made a dessert too. He made a strawberry shortcake.
Yeah.
So
I mean it's cool,
Everything
catering.
on the
His dad
site.
just pulled up.
Full
Yeah.
catering. Yeah. And he also funny guy. It was a really great time, man. And you know what's nice about that is that like oftentimes when you are on sets, there won't be food. And then it kind of sucks.
You got to bring your own food and stuff.
Yeah, it's like you're hungry and whatnot. So it's like, it is like really, it's a cool thing to have someone who actually considers that like, oh shit, they're probably going to be hungry in the middle of this.
Yeah.
That's dope, dude. If you could do a video right now for a song that you currently have, what would you choose?
I would say simultaneously.
Simultaneously. Yeah. Well, I'm going to look up that song, and I'm just going to put that on my little.
It's on my No Strings Attached EP.
No Strings Attached. All right, I'm going to look that up.
But that one, just because everyone loves it. Yeah. Like, that one still goes crazy.
Yeah, I was going to say, like, I flipped through, like, some of your songs, but some of the bigger ones.
I like the artwork for this one.
Thank you.
Do you have somebody, like, you collab with for, like, artwork for that kind of stuff, too?
I usually go through one person.
Yeah.
Outer World Art, Instagram.
Okay, word. There you go.
There you go.
Plug in.
Yeah. Love that. It's good because, like, it's tough, man. Like, you have an image to protect. You have, like, this whole thing, and you want everything to look good and sound good and be fluent. So it's like, when you find someone that you can trust, it's, like, tough to think about going outside of that.
Just because you don't know if the other person can do what you're literally imagining.
Yeah.
What you want to bring to life, you know?
Yeah, and isn't that the toughest thing, too, is, like, we all know what we want right here.
Yeah.
But trying to get that to someone else is...
Say you can't explain it the right way.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know? Yeah. And they're trying their hardest. You can't blame them.
It's tough to put into words, you know?
Finding that one person that could literally bring your idea and put it on a piece of paper, it's perfect.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. Do you see yourself like, you know, because I think things are kind of like winding down. Yeah. I don't know if did you do any like live shows or anything? Like
I have before, yeah.
Okay. How do you like that?
I love it.
Yeah.
I'm trying to get back to it. Like I said, but I just want to do it the right way, where I have money to be able to go and do these tours and stuff like that, schedule different places in different towns, states, all of that.
Right.
You know?
Right.
Because I have friends all over. I got my friend, your buddy Benji in Cali. That's
wait a minute, you know Benji?
Yeah, that's my boy.
That's wicked funny.
Right? You know, that's my boy. And he's the one who got me into doing music seriously again. Because I got a job that he was working at, and we just clicked up.
Wow.
He brought me to his studio, and after that, it was like, and I got him to buy his own home studio.
Really?
You know? Yeah.
That's fun. Wait, do you know like Black Picasso and Dimitri or anything like that?
I think he's told me about them.
Okay.
Or I heard about them.
Yeah, because like, so that's really funny because that's how I met. That's how I met Black Picasso and Dimitri was through Benji. They all like came over the house and we were all chilling. I think we were trying to record something at the time, and then we all just started like fucking around, playing on the drum set. And this is when we lived back in New London.
Yeah.
And that actually prompted. There's an older episode of Black Picasso actually where this is back in like 2020 when we interviewed him. And that was a ton of fun.
Yeah, he's dope too. I mean, do you know a lot of people how is the scene in like the New London Groton area? Like, are there a lot of like rappers that?
Yeah. There's well, you got to think there's rappers everywhere now.
Yeah, that's
but
true.
It's just
because everyone's a rapper. Right?
Yeah, it's just depending on if people are doing it because they actually love doing music or just for the image.
Yeah,
you know,
right.
Some people love attention.
I was gonna say, I mean, do you see a lot of that around here?
Yeah,
like,
Well, people don't really do it seriously.
Yeah.
They just do it for the image. You know,
I'm sure
like I'm a rapper.
Tell.
That's what they go. I'm a rapper, but they don't have any music out, or they haven't dropped music in 2 years.
Yeah, exactly.
How?
Like you got to be constantly doing it, to be honest.
If you're actually trying to make it anywhere, you have to be consistent.
Yeah.
What's that line from Drake? How you get hype off one hit, do that shit again?
Yeah, you have to.
Yeah, I forget what song that is, but that always stuck with me because I'm like, oh shit, that's like such a good point. It's like just because you can do it once, like you got to keep delivering. It's entertainment.
Exactly.
You know?
Yeah, I mean, then there's a lot of those, right? Like one-offs.
Definitely.
But yeah, I mean, dude, it sounds like, I mean, as long as you're just like making an effort to get better at it, you know, and you're just constantly cranking out music, it's like, that's what you got to do nowadays. You know what I mean? Like, there's so much easy access to like music and content now that you can just be pumping stuff out constantly.
Exactly. And imagine before COVID, I did not believe in my music. I thought I was trash, but I was just trying to get better.
Right. Yeah.
But then once I sat down and actually had the time to just, you know what, I'm doing this.
Yeah, get the reps in.
I found my sound, and it's like I went crazy after that. Like once I dropped, go ahead.
So I was just gonna say, like, you know, you're doing it like, and you're doing it by yourself in your house, right? So it's like free of like, you know, you're not worried about somebody like judging you or whatever.
No,
you're in the studio.
I can do whatever I want.
Yeah,
I can make funny sounds into the mic and not worry about someone judging me from what I'm doing without seeing the final product.
That's right. That's right. You know, doing the little.
Yeah, you feel me?
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, that's awesome.
It's just about being comfortable.
Yeah, dude.
Right.
And then, you know, like now that you've done a bunch of like you've gone in and you've done a bunch of, you know, you're probably more confident about it now too.
I can go in the studio and like make some crazy shit. Yeah. Like I went to LA and linked up with Ben. We went to the studio. We have a whole vlog out about it. And
oh, really?
That's mad fun.
Oh, I might want to check that out. That's probably a lot of fun.
We did probably 3 or 4 songs in the studio.
Shit. I didn't even know he moved out to LA.
I was going to say, dude, I didn't know he had moved to Cali. I just hadn't seen him in a while.
He was trying to make it happen.
When
good
did
for
he
him,
do
dude.
that?
Probably like a year and a half, 2 years ago almost.
What the dude, I am behind on the times. I thought he was still in New Haven.
Nah.
Wow.
He's trying to make it happen.
That's really cool.
Yeah.
Now, wait a minute. So he's in LA and he's been there for a year or two.
There's I feel like there's a lot of exposure out there. Like, you know, like there's a lot of people, like a lot of people also trying to do that. And also like you'll see a lot of big people kind of just walking around. So like you have the opportunity to run into other people that might already, you know, like maybe an artist you like or something like that. Cause everybody's just kind of there, you know?
Yeah. You could run into, say you're going to a studio and they're leaving. You're walking in as you're seeing them.
Yeah.
You know, because these rappers go to every studio. Yeah. They don't just go to one, especially if they're not from Cali.
Yeah. Yeah, you know? For sure. Yeah, they probably want to try out, like, you know, see
different studios just to see which one's the best.
Yeah. Yeah, dude, that's really interesting and cool. I'm excited because I think 2022 is headed in a good direction. I did, and then news about
World War III, bro. We're getting drafted.
Yeah, all
it's
that.
Over.
I was like,
don't even talk. Don't say that, bro.
I was telling him,
I'm trying to get fucking drafted.
I was telling him I'm like Lebanese, and so I was like, I'm about to get real Lebanese real fast if this thing pops up.
What did you say too? You said some Arabic saying. You were like something, essentially the equivalent of no habla inglés.
Oh yeah, basically, yeah. Inglese.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, sorry.
Sorry.
I'll see you guys later.
What do you guys think about that? What's your opinion on that?
It's okay. So for anyone listening, I don't know anything about it. So surface level, it hit me by surprise because I guess I just wasn't expecting it. I think the whole World War III thing is very much like, and we've had some cold takes, so hopefully this isn't another one.
Yeah, I know. Yeah. We were like, dude, the day before, like literally like
COVID happened, we were like, big deal. No worse than the flu, dude. It's nothing. This won't affect us at all.
Yeah, look at us now.
Yeah, dude. Literally 2 years later, I'm like, well, that was wrong.
Yeah, that was super wrong.
Dead wrong.
So I hope what I'm about to say also isn't in that same category. But
let's hope.
I really think that this will be a conflict with Ukraine and Russia. I am not convinced that the whole world is going to get involved. Like saying World War III is like huge.
Yeah. So I don't think so either because like Ukraine, first of all, Ukraine isn't in like NATO, which is like our alliance organization in Europe. So we're not allied with them. So like from like a military perspective, I don't think we'll get involved. Not to say that it's
Did
not,
Biden
like,
send out
sad.
troops today?
I didn't think so.
Are you like?
I'm asking. I'm asking.
Oh, okay.
No, I don't
think so.
I think he had a response. He pretty much was just like, he didn't say this, but the vibe I got from it was, oh, it's a bummer he sent troops out because like a lot of unnecessary lives are going to be lost. But I don't know that there was. I don't know. And then like I saw this.
Yeah, he was scrambling for his Adderall. I don't think he knew what was going on.
And then the children touching my leg and the hair. Oh, where's my pudding?
But I mean, dude,
I see that.
Russia's been trying to invade Ukraine for a while.
Well, didn't they invade them all? Like they invaded them during Bush, Obama, and now Biden.
They've been
every Democrat.
Yeah,
straight up. I mean,
Trump was there, like him and Poom were like, bro.
Yeah, exactly.
What do you want? Hey, it was a good time over here. Glad you're over.
And
we're not gonna invade Ukraine. We're buddies, right?
It's like an oil thing. Yeah, they're like boys. You know what I mean? Like they're like talking right now, like good shit, dude.
Yeah, probably.
Dude, it's like I think from what I saw, it's like. I mean, it's like it's an economic thing, right? There's like oil or like a pipeline that they want. So what they're saying is the reason why Ukraine isn't in NATO, the alliance, is because Russia was like, hey, if they join NATO, you guys are going to put missiles there and that's close to Moscow and we can't do anything about it and we don't trust you because like they're not on the best terms, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
So they were like, we're going to invade and not, but like let them join NATO basically. But I think it's bullshit. It's probably some oil thing. And then what's going to happen is I don't think we're going to do anything physically. I think it's going to be like an economic thing where like maybe we'll stop trading with them, or there's going to be
embargoes.
some economic repercussion.
They'll probably try that.
We'll squeeze them a little.
Works.
Yeah, that's what's gonna. I mean, I think we'll squeeze them a little. I think everybody's going to agree to just like squeeze them a little bit on that front. But
well, like there's the whole saying that World War III will be the last world war. You know, because like once you start,
if you start shooting nukes, dude, it's not like we don't have nukes. By the way,
Yeah.
I don't know why they think like, yeah, we got nukes. Like, dude, we do too.
Yeah,
we're all fucked if that happens.
We're all dead.
See ya, dude. Let's just go to Mars. I thought that's the thing now, right?
Dude, Elon's already trying to launch rockets. Let's all get on and get up.
Oh man, I hope that doesn't happen.
Just tell him to slide on some goggles and just shoot missiles in the metaverse, dude. Can we just do this online
That'd
now?
be fire.
Yeah,
Just a Call of Duty tournament.
I saw that.
Yeah, 1v1.
Yeah, dude, 1v1 me, bro.
Versus
Beat you in the
Biden.
gulag, bitch. All right. But like, I saw this meme that was like, due to the coronavirus pandemic, World War III will be commencing online. It's just like Putin sitting on a computer.
A Zoom call.
Yes.
At the front lines.
That'd be crazy.
Is like Ukraine has like a Twitter account. I don't know if you saw any of like the dude. Okay, I didn't know that countries had Twitter accounts. It's just like
they do.
It's just
Apparently.
like the Twitter account's name is just Ukraine. Like, is there a United States Twitter account that's
I don't
not
know.
the
Maybe
president's?
I can look it up.
But anyways, they were tweeting some shit like, hey, like pictures of like Putin and whatever and like Hitler and like memes basically about the situation. And people are like,
definitely the way to handle it.
You know, people are like reply tweeting like, what the heck? Like the fact that this is becoming a meme when it's like literally like basically a war is like ridiculous.
Serious.
Yeah, and Ukraine is like
does
tweeting
have
memes.
one, by the way. It's called USA.gov, or it's like USA Gov, and it's like the United States government organization.
Somebody posted like just a meme response to that post of like Vladimir Putin standing next to like Pete Davidson.
Be like, you can't leave this guy with anyone.
It's like, dude, dude, this thing started like a couple hours ago, and people are already out here cranking
going
memes.
crazy.
Yeah. Dude, yeah, there has been way.
It's
like it's weird because it's like a very serious situation, and yet we're just like writing memes about it.
Yeah,
we're all gonna be on the Titanic, just like bumping music
as we're going down,
and tweeting memes as we just sink into the ocean.
I saw like another one today of like these Russian soldiers, like paratroopers, like, you know, they're flying in with their parachutes, and the dude's like taking a video, like, "Yo, what's up?"
No way.
Yeah, dude. But it's not from that. It's like an old thing from a training exercise or something. But it was just funny because it was like, bro, like we're too social now to be doing shit like this. You know what I mean? Like,
just let their troops have phones, dude.
Dude, we're past wars, dude. The second that like a dude on the battlefield is going like Instagram live. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's like,
what's up, everybody?
That'd be fucking crazy.
So I was just like talking to you about the other day, getting ready from this, you know.
I'll have to tap in.
I mean, I've watched that.
Dude, he's got one of those. He's got one of those GoPros that like you can delete the stick from. It's just like him in battle, bro. Live streaming it.
That'd be crazy.
Yo,
I would watch it.
Yeah,
100%.
Yeah, I would definitely watch it. I don't know. I'm pretty convinced though that long term. Have you heard of Boston Dynamics? They're like a company. They make like really advanced robots.
Yeah, I think so.
You've probably seen them. They're like the robots that can dance and they do flips and they go over courses and stuff.
Yeah.
I'm very much convinced that within 20 years, robot soldiers will probably be a thing.
Most definitely.
Yeah, and I really do think that it's going to become like a metaverse. You put on a VR headset and
you
like
control them,
and you control the robots.
Dude, like,
that'd be.
I've been watching your Twitch streams, and you're drafted.
Yeah,
you're pretty nice with it. So we're gonna.
Yeah, but like I could totally see that because at some point someone's gonna be like, I mean, but then like, what are we doing? We're just like battling robots. Like, what's the point of war at that point?
Dude, rock paper scissors. Honestly.
Yeah, like I don't know.
I'll go with that.
Yeah, we should rope this back into music at some point.
Whoever got the best freestyle.
Yeah. Yeah, battle it out. But yeah, I mean, besides World War III and all that kind of stuff, like what do you see yourself? Like, what's getting you busy? Like right now, like what do you got working on? Anything? You got anything in the pipeline here?
Yeah, man, I haven't dropped an album at all. So
I know because 2022, I haven't seen. There's
nothing.
A little bit of a gap, but it's
that's
still
what
early.
I'm working on now.
Okay,
but I'm trying to do these visuals and take these trips, and actually, I'm not just trying to limit myself just to Connecticut and Rhode Island.
Right.
Yeah, for sure.
Right.
I want to do stuff everywhere.
Right.
You've done EPs, but like, so this would be your first like album.
Yeah, like album
yeah,
officially.
So you want to come out with, I know what you mean. Yeah. Like, I feel like a lot of guys do that, right? Like you build up the rapport with the EPs, but when you drop an official like album project, you want it to be all encompassing.
Exactly.
Get some visuals going.
Because I've dropped more than enough songs. I have like 40 plus songs on all platforms. So
wow. Yeah.
I might as well drop an album.
Yeah, make it like, all right, like this is the thing.
This is me.
Now, do you think you'll also be doing the production for the album side thing too? The album side?
Yeah. I'll probably see what's up and probably get a couple producers to help me out, but other than that.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's like so I mixed my cousin's album.
Yeah.
And the one thing that I suggested him to do, which I think is really smart, is that even though we mixed it here, I said, hey, let's send it out for professional mastering.
Exactly.
And it's like, so, it's all our mix and we can control all the delays and the, the volumes of everything. And then all that gets sent to the mastering engineer is that track. But it's nice because there's a lot that happens in the mastering stage where they, obviously they bring up the volume. They kind of match it to sonically, like, some ideas of artists you're trying to sound like.
Yeah.
And it usually just hits harder when it's
They make it perfect. They really do what you say, like what you can't. Like what I wouldn't be able to do, I send out just so that it can get done.
Yeah, yeah. And so
I think it's good to just have another set of ears listen to it too. You know what I mean?
That's what I try to do.
It so many times and like I don't know. At least
you get comfortable with it.
Yeah, and even like I feel like you listen to the same thing enough times, you start to like overthink something. You're like, damn, I gotta change the snare, even though it might sound totally fine. But you've listened to it like a million times, and now you're just like, it sounds weird now. Let me switch it up for no reason.
It's honestly, it's just like you ever get caught saying a word that you're like, is that a word?
Yeah, you say it enough times, and you're like,
of course.
I remember that happened to me with the word propane. I don't know why. I said propane enough times. I was like, propane? Is that propane?
What is that, dude? Yeah. That does happen a lot.
I don't know. That happens to me so much with songs.
Yeah.
I'll do a whole song and then I'll realize, like, dang, what was I even saying there?
Yeah.
Is that even,
does this make sense?
Somebody want to fact check this?
Yeah. That's cool, man. So the album's coming up. Is there like a theme for it, or is it just like, because it sounds like you're trying to travel a lot for it. So
I'm still putting it all together now. It's in the works.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. Yeah.
So you're gonna shoot some of it out in LA?
Yeah.
All right.
I'm gonna do all of that. I'll probably shoot some in Florida, LA, and then I have a artist in Texas that I've been working with.
Oh.
She Hates Young Flow. I've been working with him and he goes crazy.
Oh, wow.
Hell yeah.
Crazy.
Yeah. Well, dude, that's super cool.
And
I feel like you're so close to New York, right? Like, should you bop over like right in there?
Yeah, but I'm not really a city person.
Okay. I was gonna say, it sounds like you're going for like the beach and like the warm weather.
Got it.
I like the sand,
Yeah.
The sun.
Yeah, sand.
I'm not really a city person at all.
Yeah. It's funny. I meet a lot of Connecticut people that are very much like that, where it's like the city sort of sort of turns them off.
Yeah. I'm just not a fan of finding parking per se.
Dude.
All the signs. You could park here this day, this hour.
And every single time that I've driven to New York, I've gotten a flat tire. Like, no lie.
Really?
Yeah. 3 for 3. I haven't driven to New York a lot. That's why I drive to New Haven.
Have you
and
changed out your tires since I could see your reflection?
No, dude, by the way, okay, yeah, my tires are bald. Like, you could literally...
Bro, I'm going to show you this video right now. I'm just going to... Let me reset this. But, dude, this video I need to show you. Hopefully I saved it on my phone itself.
I don't know if you heard me on the phone earlier, but I called the shop and I was like, hey, so I bought tires like a week and a half ago. Like, did you guys get them? Because I sent them to the shop. And they said no. So I called Tire Rack and they were just like, yeah, like you just never checked out your cart. So now I have to buy them again or buy them the first time.
Or actually buy them.
And it's snowing tomorrow. Dude, I'm on like skates.
You need to see. Dude,
yeah, he's going to clown me for my bald ass tire.
Get the fuck out of here. You can see your reflection, bro.
Yeah, dude, I know. They're racing tires now, okay?
No,
that's what I'm telling people.
You can see your fucking reflection.
I know, dude. They're like ice skates. I tried to drive home in the snowstorm.
Just take a selfie on that shit.
Dude, I tried to drive home and like I made it like maybe 10 minutes out and I was like, dude, I'm going to die.
Yeah, bro, you can't drive that shit.
Yeah, isn't that crazy? I've never actually... Like,
I've never seen a tire that bad.
They're performance tires, dude. They're for racing now.
I think I saw a meme one time that was like, oh, like my tires are so good. Look at how smooth they are. And it was like, something like this. But this, I think, is like, I'm surprised they're not just popping, just sitting out.
Oh, yeah, that's a mirror.
I know.
Yeah, it helped because it was also like freshly like you had just rolled through some snow. So it was like nice and shiny. But like, I don't give a shit, dude. No tire should be. Like, you could see me holding my phone.
I understand. They're bad.
Damn,
okay,
bro.
Yeah, you just.
What's funny is we were saying they were bad last winter.
I know.
Like last
You
winter.
didn't get them changed since then?
Well, all right, but I
Since
thought
then, he bought this car. What, we were at
2018.
grad school, 2018 when he bought this car. Hasn't changed the tires.
Yeah, but here's the thing.
Damn, bro.
All right.
It's not like he can't afford it.
Listen.
know?
Pause. All right.
You just ain't got time, I guess, right?
No. I got time too. There's no excuse. All right, it's completely my fault.
So what
I
happened?
brought my car to the shop and I was like, "Yo, like, should I buy tires?" And they were like, "Nah, you're fine." So I was like, "Okay." And then fast forward, I can't drive in the fucking snow. And I was like, dude, now I don't trust that shop anymore because that was a fucking lie.
You're getting your tires from there now?
I gotta I'm ordering online and then I'm just gonna send them to the shop.
TireRack.com. It's a really good website, actually.
All right.
But
let's hope.
Cut that. They don't sponsor us yet.
Yeah, we can't be saying websites without a paycheck.
Yeah.
But
if I'm not getting free tires, we're not getting them free.
Yeah, you do. You need free tires.
Yeah.
I know.
Definitely.
But here's the thing. Not to make this worse.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. But I'm gonna defend myself a little.
Go ahead.
Winter's almost over. You know what I mean? We're almost there.
Yo, it's snowing tomorrow.
After that, though, he's in the clear, right?
Let's
Dude,
hope.
I was gonna go to New York tomorrow too, and now I'm like, well, I don't know anymore. You know what I mean? I might have to cancel those plans.
Yeah, I mean, it's like I'd have to let you borrow my car just to make it there in one piece.
I'm down with that.
Yeah, of course you're down.
It's only supposed to snow in the morning, though. Like 1 a.m. to like 6 or 7.
Yeah.
Then it's going to rain. So
That's
they're
true.
saying it's going to be
like
icy.
sleet.
Okay.
Nice.
Yeah, well,
yeah, I don't mind.
That's
Dude.
even
You can
worse.
take my
So
car.
that's
I don't
cool.
care. It's fine.
I'm
totally cool with it.
You know what would be funny too is like I take your car and then like I die because
No, you
tires
should not
explode?
take his car.
Yeah. I'd rather walk to my destination. I think.
Dude, just call an Uber. I'll take your car. It's no big deal. I really don't mind.
Yeah. Oh, dude, I'll let you whip it around in the Audi for a little bit. Shit. Okay. So back to music stuff again. So new albums coming up.
Yep.
You got stuff in the works.
Yeah.
You got people you're trying to work with.
Of course.
Now, are you like let's say I wanted to have you on a track. Is that like something you would be open to? Like, because we got listeners too. So it's like if they hear your stuff and they're like, oh, like I want to have lilnami on a track.
Of course.
Awesome.
Let's do it.
That's great. That's great. Yeah, because there's definitely like so my cousin's making his new album right now.
Yeah. And
I want to try and last time he made his whole album with like features from people in his town, which I thought was cool.
Yeah.
But I'd love for him to try and like, I'm going to try and be a little bit of a producer here and like outsource some people to be on his album. So, and I think you have a really good sound that would fit with some of his tracks.
That'd be dope.
So.
Honestly, I think Joe should try like smoothing over like a little bit of that like slight auto-tune style on his vocals. I think he can actually pull it off.
Yeah, he's definitely like he likes more of a natural sound.
Some people are into auto-tune, some aren't.
Yeah.
And believe me, I've recorded people who don't like auto-tune.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's all up to preference.
Yeah, I think it's like I like it when it's used as like this is the style. Like this is what I'm doing. And then it's just important that when the person is recording with auto-tune that they aren't just like being lazy about the recording, because I think sometimes we hear perfect pitch. We're like, wow, that sounds amazing. But then we're losing some of the feeling. And it's like, you should be putting just as much feeling into it as you would be if the tune wasn't there.
Yeah.
But I mean, it's like, that's the thing is like at the end of the day, it has to sound good, right? It's just like the style. Like, I don't know, like Lil Baby probably started that whole wave. That wasn't me talking shit,
by the way. That was me saying that like if you're going to use autotune, you should make sure that you're putting your all into it, like not being lazy with it.
Which wave?
Makes sense.
For sure. What's
Which
up?
wave?
Like this whole wave of like the like subtle. I mean, I guess I would call it subtle auto-tune. Well, I guess Lil Wayne kind of started it, right? Like way back in the day. But like I feel like now
I'd say T-Pain.
Well, okay.
Well, T-Pain's the OG for sure, as far as like heavy
shitted on
auto-tune.
him. They shitted on him.
Yeah. Which
crazy.
And it's so funny because he can actually sing his ass off too.
Dude, I think it was just a style.
It was. There's a bunch of interviews with him where he was like, oh, well, this is what I'm going to do.
Well, because that was like, it like sort of was like new or people were still like, fuck auto-tune, it's like, you're not a real musician, whatever. And then, he came in. But I guess I would say like from like a rap perspective, like Lil Wayne threw it on his raps.
Hell yeah.
So like, I don't know, because like T-Pain, T-Pain
I could agree with that, yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then obviously like you just have to be talented to use it and have it sound good. So like and I love like seeing people like listen to T-Pain sing for the first time and they're like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Because he did that
why
Tiny
was
Desk
he even
concert
using?
and
Yeah.
and everybody freaked out.
Yeah. Because then like, you hear him, but when you're saying slight auto-tune sound, you know what I kind of think of as like the Kid Laroi, where like
he does that too. Yeah,
where like
right.
what's that? And like the song "So Done" in that chorus, the only time you really hear it kick in is on the line I'm done with all that note is where you hear it like it like cuts it real quick. So I think I could convince Joe to do some of that, but it's just got to sound a certain way. But I think it would also work to have a song with Joe and lilnami in it where like lilnami's got his style.
Yeah, and he doesn't even have to do that too. Yeah,
you know
100%.
what I'm saying? Like it would be like, oh, okay, like this is a new guy and this is his style onto the track.
Yeah, I'm with networking. I'm all about networking, Yeah. That's why I'm trying to travel and do all of this.
Yeah. Yeah. Are you traveling anytime soon?
Yeah, I'm trying to go to LA next month.
Next month? Oh, shit. That's exciting. Are you going to meet Benji out there?
Yep.
Okay, cool.
Trying to secure that now.
Yeah. No, that's a good idea.
And Puerto Rico again.
Yeah, dude, I've never been to Puerto Rico.
You got to go.
Yeah, I've heard like only good things.
Yeah, it's amazing.
Yeah.
I love it.
Dude, one of my buddies just went too, actually, not too long ago, and he said the same thing. He was like, yeah, it's dope. He almost got into like a fight in a bar and was like, yeah, I thought I was going to die, but like besides that.
Yeah, you got to be careful.
Yeah, because he's Dominican, so he was kind of popping off in Spanish to some guy, and he was like, yeah, I had to stop myself because blah, 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 whatever. And we went out and like, they were like, he was like, oh yeah.
It depends where you are.
Buy some bud off some guy. And he's like, dude, he told me this whole story. And he was like, yeah, we pulled up into like this alley. And he's like, we're buying off this guy. And he's got dudes behind him. And like, he was like,
oh, hell no.
He was like, dude, he was like, you could tell like the guys behind him, like they were shooters. So, and I was like, dude, and he was like, yeah, so we just like, did what we had to do and we got out of there, and I was like, whatever about it. But I was sitting there the whole time like, dude, what the fuck are you talking about?
Hell no. Nah, you got to bring your own gas.
Crazy, bro. Yeah, I know.
Crazy, man.
Just stuff it in the suitcase, bro. They don't care. You're going and you're taking it out. You're not coming back in.
Oh, that's wild. That is wild behavior.
It's not like you bringing it back.
That's what I mean. They're like, yeah, sure. Bring that shit to Puerto Rico, please. Get out of here.
Get it out of here. Oh, shit.
Oh, man.
Yeah. Is actually real quick outside of music, like what do you do? Like,
what do you mean?
Like, do you have like a full-time job to like support it, or what are you working?
Home Depot.
Oh, hell yeah, dude! My grandfather has been at Home Depot forever. Well,
really?
he was Home Depot, and at one point he was the best carpet salesman in the country.
That was fire.
That was he was what do they call it? flooring salesman, and that was back in like early 2000s. But I think now he's Lowe's. So got to watch out, man. Team Lowe's over here.
Damn, man.
It's all right, man.
No hate up on him.
I'm trying to get up out of there, anyways.
Yeah, of course.
I'm trying to start up a studio and stuff like that. So
do like your own production stuff?
Yeah.
See, that's super cool.
So where I have an engineer pull up and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Split the profits or whatever. But
no, that'd be great.
You have freedom to do whatever in the space.
That's a great idea, honestly. Yeah.
Well, renting studio space is almost like a form of real estate in my mind, because you have to buy the space and then you're like renting it out.
Yeah.
So that'd be really cool.
Commercial real estate, probably I would call it. Okay, yeah. Right. Like it's like renting to any business, but like you're renting to artists.
Right. Yeah, that'd be really cool. Where would you try and post that up?
I'm thinking like Norwich, because what other big studios do you like hear of in Norwich?
No.
Or Groton,
Yeah,
that's
Groton.
true.
Because in New London they have the Hit Room, and they're pretty up there.
Okay. Yeah.
Like when you think of New London studios, you think of the Hit Room.
Interesting. Okay. Yeah, that's actually a good idea, and it's nice because like what's cool about that is you get to bring your flavor of personality into like the studio space.
Exactly. Like stuff that I would want to see as an artist entering a studio, I would be able to fill in the blank.
Yeah.
Yeah, please the artist.
Yeah, for sure.
Outside of music, do you like do you have any like hobbies or anything, or is it all sort of like centered around
the music, man?
Nice.
I literally just get this bag and do music.
Hell yeah. I feel like it goes hand in hand to get into like photography or videography. Have you ever been interested in that?
I actually have a camera.
Oh, you do?
Yeah.
What do you shoot with?
Canon TS or T6i or some shit like that.
Yeah.
Something basic, yeah.
Yeah, but those really, honestly, at the end of the day, it kind of matters about like what lens you're using in the lighting.
Exactly.
Like I think lens is arguably more important.
Yeah.
Like, I haven't gotten too much into it, but I just bought the camera so that I had it.
Yeah, for sure.
That way, when I'm ready
filming stuff
for behind the scenes and stuff like that, I'll do it.
Yeah,
like all the freestyle videos I've done in LA and Florida and all that, I've literally done with my own camera.
Oh yeah,
and had someone else just film it.
Yeah,
and then sent it to my editor.
Oh, boom. Sweet. Yeah. Boom. Yeah, no, that's a good way to do it because like anything, it's almost kind of like what you do with the studio. It's like anything that you can try and bring back to yourself is like, oh, now I can shoot my own content.
Exactly.
Now I can shoot like maybe my own pictures or whatever. I want to post something up on Instagram. I can set my camera up on a tripod, put on a little timer and stand in front of something and take a picture,
Not have to wait for anyone,
Yeah, or hire someone.
Exactly.
Because like photography be expensive.
Yeah,
it gets really expensive.
I know.
yeah, and then you add the video element too. It's like, but yeah. Is there anything you had in mind? I think
we covered most of it, to be honest.
Yeah. I think. Is there anything that you feel like we haven't touched on that you'd like to touch on before we call it quits here? It could be about anything too. Doesn't matter.
I'm thinking.
You thinking? Here,
what's your top 3 artists?
Top 3 artists?
And then yours.
Oh, shit. Okay, that's an interesting.
Oh, boy. All right. This is what it feels like to be in the chair, huh? All right. So I think we'll go with like top 3 artists that I'm listening to right now.
Yeah, sure.
And that would be, and we'll stick within this genre too, because I have a lot of like top artists that aren't within the genre.
Yeah.
But probably Post Malone is like my like go-to right now. Kanye because Kanye because of the documentary.
Yeah.
So I've been having like this whole like whoa about Kanye.
It's where you want to go back.
Yeah, I'm like, oh fuck, College Dropout is like way ahead of its time. It's
Definitely.
like unreal. So I've been hitting a big Kanye phase, and Drake. Oddly enough, I've just been like, I as a person in early college and high school, I had this really stupid mentality of like rap sucks and only rock and roll is cool, and I just had this really awful mentality about music. And there was a switch that went off when I all of a sudden started really liking a lot of rap music. And I think it was NWA. It was the first rap group that ever turned me on to it.
You just got to hear that one song, and it's like it'll just change your whole perspective.
I'm like,
make you want to go look back.
And you know what it was? It was like I grew up where like my family was like hair metal, and my dad was like, "Oh, rap's not good." So you kind of hear that, and then you're like, you don't formulate your own opinion until you grow up.
You have no need to go and listen to it.
Yeah, you're like, "Oh, this song doesn't have a guitar solo. It's not good."
Man, fuck that.
Yeah, exactly. So you get into these like niches, but so because of that, I missed all of like some really good highlights of like all these amazing artists. Like growing up as a kid, I missed them all, and so now I'm going back.
And like Lil Wayne, all the Carter albums, shit like that.
It's all new. And what's crazy is it's all new to me. It's like I'm like listening to it for the first time.
That's pretty sweet. Like you got a lot of shit you can.
You're experiencing it now.
Yeah. It's that's kind of like that's probably my top 3 right now.
That's pretty dope.
I tried to stall some time.
I could go with that. I like that.
Good. Those were good answers. I think Drake's just in my top 3 because I do listen to a lot of Drake. I've been listening to
who doesn't? He's
back
everywhere,
dude. Yeah, I've been listening back to
artist of the decade, right?
Yeah,
I believe
because
so.
He had like a top 100 or a like top 100 song or like something for literally every year for the past like 10 years or something.
That's crazy.
Since like 2009.
Yeah. But I've been listening back to Nothing Was the Same and Take Care. Those 2 albums a lot recently, just for whatever reason. It just like came up and I was like, oh yeah, I forgot this album.
Not a bad choice.
Slaps. Those are like my 2 favorite albums from him. And also like Dark Lane demo tapes, oddly enough. I don't know. I thought that was.
No, I think that was really good because that came out when that was after Scorpion, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. And then I remember this because we had all been like in quarantine or whatever. And we were.
Was it after Scorpion or before?
I think it was after.
I thought
because I remember.
It was 2018. I thought it was 2019, 2020.
I think it was 2020 only because I remember very vividly.
Yeah, Fabio Foreign was on it.
Yeah, exactly.
And we had to work out in our home gym.
Yeah, that's right.
And I remember like just blasting that the Dark demo tapes just like all for my workout. Like I would just play song 1 and just let it play.
Yeah, and
which is kind of like some of those you might be like, really, while you're working out? And I'm like, hell yeah.
Yeah, why not?
Gotta feel it.
Yeah,
I thought More Life was underrated too. It was one of those albums that like I feel like not a lot of people.
Not a lot of people
really
like because he's dropped better.
Yeah,
I feel like he just dropped something because it was his last year with that label.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I can see that. But let's see.
He didn't want to hold it off too much longer.
Yeah.
Him. Who else have I been listening to? I've been listening to a lot of Big Pun lately for whatever reason.
All right, I can fuck with that.
Just cause, like, dude, I'm kind of all over the place right now because I've listened to all the songs I have so many times that I'm kind of just like shuffling through trying to find new music. But let's see, who else? And I've been listening to a lot of Freddie Gibbs too.
All right. I haven't really tapped in with him too much.
Dude, he's pretty good. You should check him out. But I guess like, all right, if we're talking like top 3 artists though, like my top three, I'd probably say, like I said, Drake, just because I listen to him so much. Like, can't not have him up there.
The funny thing about Drake too is that like there's still a lot of people that will hate on Drake, and I think it's funny because then, and you say this a lot too, is like they'll be shuffling through their songs and all of a sudden a Drake song comes on. They're like, well, I mean, it's hard. You can't not like that song.
Yeah.
Like, all right.
I'm like, shut the fuck up. You like Drake, all right? I know you listen to Drake. Don't tell me you don't.
Dude, Johnny is such that guy, dude.
Yeah, I don't know.
He's like, oh, you like Drake now? I'm like, yeah, dude, you do too. Stop
Everyone
denying
does.
it.
We all do.
Yeah. Just like, come on.
I'd probably say Kanye, not so much his newer stuff, more so his old stuff. Just like
a lot of people say
Graduation and even 808s and Heartbreaks. Like I like that album too.
That if you think about it, that album I think changed the game for a lot of people because that was when rappers were like, oh, you can use autotune as a rapper?
Yeah.
And I think it really kind of like changed the direction a little bit.
And then
Definitely.
And then I also
imagine he says Post Malone.
Well, Post Malone was a good one too, bro. Post Malone was a good one too, but
he was probably gonna say it.
Hey, don't tell me because
change his mind.
Well, I mean, that's you said Freddie Gibbs, right?
But I wouldn't say top 3 because I like just started listening to him a couple months ago.
All right,
so I don't know. I'd probably say
Drake
like either Drake, Kanye, and then either like J. Cole or like what's it called? We'll just say
what's
J.
his
Cole,
face?
because I forgot the other guy.
Oh, that works.
All right,
you don't want to spend too much time on blank air.
Yeah. Oh, Mac Miller. I was gonna say either.
all right, I can fuck with Mac Miller.
Yeah,
because like I listen to a lot of Mac Miller.
There's just way too many people that have gone too soon.
Hell yeah,
you know what I mean?
It's sad.
And like every time I see a new one, I'm like, God, they're so fucking young.
How do you feel about like how they like obviously Juice is like gone, but they just continue to release music.
Yeah. How do you feel about that?
I mean, I love Juice WRLD, so like I'm all about.
I don't mind it. It's just
it's weird though, right? It's a little weird.
Yeah, it's different just because they're throwing literally a whole bunch of these artists that are popularized on the radio on some of his tracks.
Yeah.
Like him working with that
Justin Bieber?
No.
Oh, okay.
Not that one. The Chinese group?
Or Korean group?
Korean
BTS?
group. Yeah,
BTS?
Yeah,
he has a BTS song?
He has an artist from BTS on one of his songs.
What?
Yeah.
Is it any good?
It's that girl, the girl in my dreams.
Oh, okay. I'll have to
on his new album.
I'll have to look it up. All I'm thinking of is light it up.
Yeah, I know, dude. I can't even imagine like him on a song with one of them.
There's a bunch of people that I just wouldn't see him working with that they put on the album. But
it's interesting to me because I'm also wondering like how much of this is stuff that he never ever would have released just out of him not being happy about it, and like people are just like, we'll siphon because he's done these things where he just like does a freestyle for like
he has so many just like it's super just dope freestyle. I mean, the guy's crazy.
And then what I think they're doing is they're taking bits and pieces that they're deeming are good, and then they're saying, all right, we're gonna fill in the gaps with a guest spot.
Yeah.
Essentially, which like is cool. I'm just like I'm always curious, like, would he have liked this idea? Like, because it is kind of like continuing his legacy, so it's kind of cool.
I mean, I kind of understand, but you've seen him freestyle, of course, right?
Oh yeah.
Man, he could do a song straight through.
Yeah.
Do you really think he's leaving like open spots on songs?
Yeah, it's a good point too.
He's doing full songs straight through.
Dude, didn't he did those like those hour-long like freestyles?
They took verses off of his song that he had. They took a verse out and filled it in with a feature.
Yeah.
Because there are songs that they dropped that people are commenting like, man, what happened to the other verse? I like the other verse better.
Yeah.
Stuff like that.
Interesting.
You know?
Oh,
or like, I like the other beat.
Did we already?
My top 3?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I'd go Lil Yachty, Young Thug, and I'd say like Mac Miller, Juice WRLD.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah. But Lil Yachty is my top artist.
Dude, that's so funny, dude.
That's really interesting.
Because he just like, I just look up to him just because he just did not give a fuck.
I was gonna say, dude, he just does his thing.
Yeah, he does not care about nothing.
Yeah, because dude, wasn't he on that song with Cash Me Outside Girl? What's her name?
Yeah.
Gucci
Bad Baby?
Gucci Flip Flop. Gucci Flip Flop.
Honestly,
though, that kind of was a little hard.
His verse was fire, but I don't really fuck with it so much.
Yeah. It's kind of that whole situation is wicked funny.
Dude, actually, like, he does have a lot of songs in that, like, I don't know what the group is called. I'm like forgetting the like the same group that did that song EER.
You lost me.
He's in a big ass. I'll find it. But yeah, he's mad funny though. I just respect the hell out of like how he just kind of. And I don't know. I've seen him on a bunch of like random interviews. He did one with Joe Budden, and like Joe Budden's just an angry old piece of shit.
Yeah,
so he's just
fucking
like
asshole.
Yeah, dude. So he's basically just sitting there, just like grilling him, and like he's just like, bro,
just
I'm
yelling
just
and shit.
music.
It's like, nigga,
fuck
what
off.
the fuck are you talking about? That's what I would have said. I was like, yo, chill.
Yeah.
What the fuck are you talking about?
Relax, dude. Friggin' quickly back to Bad Baby or Daniel Bregoli or whatever her name is.
That is her name. Good job.
Nice. I pronounced it right. I'm notorious for pronouncing everything incorrectly. TD,
that's the song I was thinking of.
TD
on Lil Boat 3.
Yeah.
Okay.
But he has another. Yeah. But anyways.
Oh, ASAP Rocky's on that. Tyler the Creator. Yeah, I fuck with that heavy.
Yeah.
Yeah. That song makes me want to fucking.
Well, now I need to
hop in my fucking car and start drifting.
Exactly, dude. Honestly.
All I was gonna say is,
let me borrow your whip, dude. Let's
go.
go.
Yeah. Let's go,
nah,
dude.
Bro. We need yours.
Yeah,
you got them performance tires.
Oh shit. What I was gonna say is when she dropped her OnlyFans or whatever, and she made like $3 million or something in like the matter of a weekend. I just thought that was a little weird. I thought that was a little funny. There's a lot of guys, just
waiting on some weird shit.
Yeah, just waiting. They're like, oh well, it's legal now. You know,
weird.
Yeah. I remember that happening, being like, but I'm sure she was appreciative. You know, I'm sure.
Bitch made millions.
Yeah,
she better fucking be appreciative.
Yeah, for what?
Yeah,
literally.
I know.
Just being trashy on the internet. Dude.
Yeah,
that's literally.
I don't know, man.
Yeah, it's always a little.
I don't
weird.
even be paying attention to shit like that.
Oh shit. Well, not to end it on her, but I think before we sign off officially, any sort of like where people can find you,
definitely
that kind of thing.
Instagram at CDM lilnami, at Chasing Down Money as well. That's another page. That's my brand.
Nice.
And that's it.
Okay.
At the Dell Zone as well. Those are my guys.
At the Dell Zone. Nice.
It's a wrap. That was dope.
Yeah, sweet. Thanks so much for coming on, dude.
Thank you for having me, my guys.
Yeah. All right, sweet.
Thank you.
Thanks so much for listening to Bone Apple Tea. If you like the show, please give us a follow, like, comment, subscribe, whatever it is. Tell your friends about it. And make sure to follow us on Instagram. That's Bone Apple TV, BoneAppleTeav on Instagram. Thanks so much.